Every day in the USA, people find themselves in court.
Okay, we've got both parties here on the next one.
All right, let's roll it.
All right. Ms. Bridgeforth, can you please
Hello.
unmute, and can you turn your camera on, please?
Yes. Can you see me?
No.
Can you see me now?
Yes.
Okay. Hi.
Oh, okay. You are sideways, though. I don't know if you can. There you go. Thanks. Okay, just a moment. We are here in the case of Darnell Gay versus Cheyenne Campbell, case number 25-05154PH. This hearing is being recorded on Zoom and live streamed on YouTube.
And this matter comes before the court today on Miss Gay's appeal of Judge Denenfeld's order denying a personal protective order. Judge Denenfeld's denial being dated June 9th of 2025. I do see that we have both parties here, and at this time I would ask both parties to state and spell your full name for the record. We can begin with Miss Gay. You'll have to unmute, ma'am.
The name is Darnell Gay. That's Darnell Gay, Gay.
Thank you, ma'am. And do we also have Miss Campbell?
My last name is Bridgeforth, and my first name is Cheyenne. Cheyenne Bridgeforth.
All right. Thank you, Miss Bridgeforth. And were you formerly Miss Campbell?
No, my name was never Campbell.
It's always been Bridgeforth.
Yeah.
You're just named in this particular petition as Cheyenne Campbell.
Yeah.
All right. Very well. Thank you. Well, the way this is Ms. Gay's objection to Judge Denenfeld's denial. He responded to the original PPO while I was on vacation in June. And what I'm going to do is I'll take some testimony from Ms. Gay regarding the allegations in her petition. And then I will also take testimony from you, Ms. Bridgeforth, regarding why you disagree with that petition. And then I'll make a decision. Unless you agree at this point, Ms. Bridgeforth, that a protective order should issue, and in which case I guess I would just issue a protective order in favor of Ms. Gay. Is that what, do you wish to have a hearing at this time, Ms. Bridgeforth?
It doesn't matter. I received these papers, so I'm here.
Okay, all right, very good. Well, I'll go forward and I'll have Ms. Gay testify as to the basis. So, Ms. Gay, if you'd please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that your testimony today will be the truth and nothing but the truth? You're going to need to unmute again, Ms. Gay. I'm sorry.
Yes, I do swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth.
Thank you, Ms. Gay. Ms. Gay, one of the bases for your petitions here is that Ms. Bridgeforth assaulted you with bleach, causing you to have to go to the hospital. Can you tell me when that happened and what happened?
I don't have an exact date. I apologize. It could have been around or about June the 2nd. I have to remember.
Of 2025, this year, ma'am?
That is correct.
All right. Well, you filed this on June the 6th. About that. Oh, you can just say in June of 2025 is fine. And what did that look like? What happened?
So Cheyenne assaulted me with bleach. I was not causing any harm, any disturbance towards her at all. Since that has occurred, Your Honor, I have been to the doctor, the eye doctor, more than 3 times. That's why I have these shades on right here, because my eyes are damaged and I'm still waiting for them to heal. Miss Cheyenne also She's threatened to shoot my home up.
Well, let me go back to the bleach assault. I want to take these one at a time. Were you in your home when that occurred, or where were you
No,
located?
I was on the next street, over. So I was over on the next street where she lives, around about where she lives in the street.
Okay, around Hall Street.
Correct.
And what were you doing there? Were you on the sidewalk or
I was
vehicle?
in the street. I was in the street.
Okay. And what was I mean, were you crossing the street? What were you
No,
doing in the
there
hall?
was there was an incident going on that was happening over there, and I was trying to diffuse the incident. And when me trying to diffuse the incident, I got insulted with bleach.
All right. And who was the incident between that you were trying to
Um,
diffuse?
um, so it was Cheyenne, some my nieces. That's who it initially started from, because Cheyenne and a couple of other people they keep doing this, going to my sister's house on Alexander and trying to cause a ruckus at her house. So then I guess from what I can from what I can take, because this is hearsay because I was not there, that they were supposed to be coming to my house um to fight at my house for whatever reason. I don't know, because it's just me at my home, and I'm not understanding why these fights keep coming, or they keep calling the police to my home when it's just me and threatening to shoot my house up.
All right. So your nieces are over there. They're squaring off with Miss Bridgeforth and other people,
Yeah,
and you felt like you could go over and break
diffuse.
up the fight. How did you go about that?
Well, first, before the fight even started, that's what I was doing. When I first went around there, I'm like, hey, what can we do to stop this incident from happening? So I'm looking at Cheyenne and her mom. And so I'm like, what can we do to all of a sudden Cheyenne says, well, they're messing with my boyfriend. And I'm like, okay, the twins. She's talking about the twins. And I'm like, so
These are nieces of yours,
yeah,
Miss Gay?
yes, they're
Okay.
married with her boyfriend. Then all of a sudden, as I'm trying to stand there and trying to diffuse this, a big fight outbursts. So then I can't do anything. I'm just like, oh my, and it just a bunch of stuff was happening that I really can't recall a lot of the stuff because it was just too much going on. But all I can remember at that point was her mom in the back of me. I remember that. And she's in the front of me. Bleach is coming from the front. Cheyenne in the front with a big gallon of bleach, douching it on me, and whomever, which I'm saying is her mom, because that's all I remember.
Okay. So Cheyenne, in your recollection or your telling of the incident, takes this bottle of bleach she's holding and
Yeah.
she splashes it. It hits you and also some other people that are in that group.
I don't know. I'm talking about me. I don't
Okay. You know it hit you, and where did it hit you?
in my face, and I felt some going in the back of me. It was all in my face.
All right. And what did you do after that occurred?
So I just was like, I'm not even causing any harm to her for her. That's what my initial thoughts is. Like, why would you threaten me with bleach? And I'm not even causing a threat to you or anyone else around here. You're just trying to be mean and nasty. But she's been doing stuff like that, like mean stuff. She's just, mm,
And you said you went to the hospital following the bleach incident?
I did,
Okay. And did you also file a police report?
I did.
And what did the police do in response to it?
They were saying it was a mutual fight. There's nothing they're gonna do.
Okay. All right. So no criminal charges ever came out of that thing.
No.
Okay. All right. Now you said there was another incident where she threatened to shoot up your house. When did that happen?
That has happened since last year, and then more. It's been an ongoing thing. I was trying to come down there and send you pictures of her and her boyfriend with the gun, and then I was also going to send you pictures of her laughing at the fact that she poured the bleach on me.
Okay, and where did you get those pictures or images? Where'd you get them?
From my niece.
Okay, and were they on social media or something, or did
Yeah,
your
yeah,
niece? Okay, she posted some
yeah.
information on social media that you have like paper printouts of?
I can print them out if need be. Yes, I have that.
Okay, or you could, if we did continue this hearing at the courthouse, I suppose you could bring it into the courtroom so I could see it.
Yes.
Okay, all right. And is it also on that social media that she posts her threats to shoot up your house?
Yes. Her and her mom. Her mom, when after the incident happened, they threw eggs at my house. Her and her mom, she posted on the internet like how she's gonna shoot my house up. Her mom, every
When you
time
say she, that's Cheyenne you're talking
I
about.
yes.
Okay.
And then her mom, every time I go open my door, she's yelling and screaming how she should have shot me this day, that day. Your Honor, I've done nothing to
This is
be.
Cheyenne's mom that you're talking about, Miss Gay?
Cheyenne's mom was the one yelling, yes. And I
Okay.
have on
Well, it's
that.
the PPO is not against her. You can always swear one out and I can
I,
evaluate one against her or another judge can. We randomly assign these, but this one's only against Cheyenne. And so the main incidents, it sounds like with regard to Cheyenne, at least that we've covered so far, is the bleach and then the threats to shoot your house that she posted on social
and
media.
throwing and vandalizing my home.
Okay, what does that look like?
Throwing eggs.
Okay, you saw Cheyenne throw eggs along with her mom?
I have a camera, but when I seen the camera, like I'm pulling it up, like I can't believe this because she's yelling. Her mom was yelling, I didn't throw no egg. I'm like, why am I don't even talk to these people. I don't know these people. All I know them from, because the first time I ever met Cheyenne was in a threatening manner. It was very disrespectful. She's not a friend of mine. As you can see, I'm 61 years old and she's much younger than my grandkids.
All right. And you also said she has thrown trash in your yard. What does
Yes.
that look like?
Her and okay, so her and the neighbor, right? Like that stays on the side of me, right? They used to live to the left of me. She used to frequent visit their homes, right? So that's how it all started because Cheyenne started this incident when she pulled out her cell phone. My daughter was talking to her daughter. Cheyenne pulled out her cell phone and started recording in my yard. And then my granddaughter asked her not to record her mom and her sister. From that point on, Cheyenne's reaction was, F you and run up. And she was going in the street, run up and all this stuff. And from there on, Your Honor, this has been an ongoing battle. So from that point back to the trash she was throwing in my yard, her and two of the other girls, like the one next door and whoever the other girl, were walking past my house and they threw like they took a pregnancy test and just threw it in my yard.
And did you see Cheyenne throw it, or was it one of the other girls? Could you tell
It,
who actually threw
it
it?
was Cheyenne.
Okay. And was there any reason to throw a pregnancy test? Did it have like a secret meaning, or was it just what they had in their hand at the time?
They just have been mean. Okay, there's no secret meaning because this shouldn't even be going this far. I shouldn't be having to talk to you. I shouldn't have to be spending my money. I shouldn't be having to plead for my safety from these people. I've done nothing to them.
All right. Well, first of all, Miss Gay, how long have you lived at your address?
I lived at my home almost 30 years.
Okay. And how long has this conflict been going on with Cheyenne
Almost a year.
specifically? About a year. Okay.
Not
All
even
right.
almost.
Anything else you need to tell me now to support your case before I get Cheyenne's side of the story?
Let me see. Let me make sure. So just to let you know, that gun, I do believe that her boyfriend was caught with that gun. He was arrested. So if I need to bring you these pictures, I can show you her in the picture with him and that assault rifle. Like, I'm like wondering why are you picking with me?
All right.
You
Well,
don't even.
let me hear what Cheyenne has to say, and then I can make a determination whether or not I'm going to need to see the evidence in the courtroom or not.
Mhm.
And I can make a ruling on whether or not the PPO can be in place or not. So, Cheyenne, if you would please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that your testimony today will be the truth and nothing but the truth?
I swear that everything that I would say would be the truth.
Very good. Cheyenne, what do you say about let's start at the beginning of things with the allegation that you threw bleach in Miss Gay's face?
Okay, so this incident happened on May 31st. That's when it happened. That's when everything happened. So basically, Miss Gay and her daughters, Keisha and Keena, they came to my house with her granddaughters and her nieces to come fight me. Mind
So
you,
this
I
is like
never,
6 girls or 4 girls?
it was her, both of her granddaughters and then her nieces. So her nieces are twins.
Yeah, okay. So
So it
four
was four
four
of them,
girls.
and then it
Yeah.
was two adults, which her
Are they
daughters
about
are.
your age, Cheyenne? Are they older, younger?
Who?
The nieces and the granddaughters.
The nieces are 18. I think they just turned 18 in December. One of her granddaughters is 19, and one of them is 15.
Okay, so they're your age or maybe a little bit younger.
Yeah.
Okay, and what happens? What is the fight in the street? How does that materialize from your perspective?
Okay, so only reason I assaulted her with bleach was because her daughters was jumping my mom, and my mom was leaning on her car, and her, Miss Gay, and her other two daughters were surrounding my mom, and then one of her daughters was hitting my mom with a pole, and the other one was fighting my mom, and Miss Gay was just standing there like pushing my mom on the car while my mom was literally fighting her daughters. So I was doing, thinking the first thing that come to my mind was like help my mom. So I couldn't do anything, so I just grabbed the bleach and I just started pouring the bleach on all of
Was
them.
the
It wasn't
bleach
just her.
outside? I mean, how did it get out into the street in the first place?
It was on my porch. Like
Okay.
I have an outside porch, and we didn't wind up bringing in all the groceries and stuff. My mom had went shopping, and it was just left on the porch, on the table on the porch, and I just
Okay. So
grabbed it.
in your view, it was a weapon of opportunity, and you're not disputing it. It doesn't sound like that some of it could have gotten in Miss Gay's eyes in that whole fracas.
I'm not denying that it didn't. It most likely did.
And you agree no charges, criminal charges ever came out of that big fight?
No.
Okay. All right. So she did get some bleach in her eyes. Your story about how, you're describing something that would sound in criminal world like self-defense. This is, of course, these are civil cases, so my burden of proof is different. I just have to determine if there's enough evidence to think that something occurred. So it doesn't sound like you dispute that it occurred, but you're disputing what led up to it.
I have evidence of her granddaughters texting me, telling me to come to her house, and I have the videos of Miss Gay driving her car in front of my house. She brought her granddaughters and her nieces to my house to fight. I never once talked to them that day or anything. I wasn't even aware of them coming to my house. I wasn't even home at the time. I was home, but I wasn't on my porch. I was across the street. So when everything happened, it just was like, I
Yeah,
don't
and
care.
I guess what you're saying is your view of that set of incidences was it was created by for better lack of a better term, Miss Gay's family, kind of initiating the confrontation via some social media messages.
Yeah, I did.
All right. Well, I'm on the
But
topic
I
of the
never once said I never once said anything about shooting her house up or anything, or I never threw eggs at
even
her house.
after that confrontation in the street, you never made any threats to shoot her house up or have your boyfriend do it if he's the guy with the gun.
No, I never did.
Okay, so you're denying that those things occurred or exist.
But I do admit to assaulting her with bleach. I
Yeah.
did that. I didn't never threw eggs at her. I never said I was gonna shoot her house up. I never said any of those things.
Okay, man, it sounds like there's bad blood between your mom and Miss Gay, and that maybe those two have had
No, it's
words.
bad blood between my mom and Miss Gay's daughter.
Okay, all right, and maybe that has resulted in. Can you give me a picture of how close your house is to Miss Gay's house?
I can show you.
Yeah, okay.
Like her house is literally right here. I live behind her. I
Got it.
don't.
You're looking at the back of her house is out
Yeah.
the back
Out
of
my,
your house?
yeah.
Okay, all right. No, that's helpful. So you're, I guess, backyard neighbors is what I would describe that as. How about her argument that at one time you threw a pregnancy test into her yard when you were walking by with friends because you were angry? I don't know if it was at her daughter where the confrontation was. Did something like that ever happen?
I didn't throw a pregnancy test there, but yes, my friend did.
Okay, why'd she do that? If you know.
She just didn't like Miss Wanda. She just felt some type of way. I never knew her. Like I never got to know her. I just was at my friend's house. This happened in September. This was last year, September. So like it
Before
was
this, yeah, then it was
before this, yeah,
before
before
the
this
big incident in
incident.
the
Yeah.
street. Okay. Something kind of was building up along the way there. Okay. All right. And do you ever have occasion to go to her house for any reason?
No. I lived here for 3 years. Like I never once had an issue with her or anything. So it just like it's just crazy to me. Like I seen her all the time. I even seen her walking down the street, knocking door to door to ask people to register to vote with her grandson. So I never really wanted to assault her or wanted to make an issue with her. It never was that. It just was they were jumping my mom, and she encouraged it. She encouraged to bring her granddaughters to my house and her nieces to my house to fight me.
All right. Well, sounds like that was really whoever started whatever happened out there was what I'd refer to as a pretty out of control situation. At least by the time things ended and the bleach got poured, you were feeling like your mom was in danger, and of course, Miss Gay was probably feeling like that bleach might screw up her vision, like bleach will do. So I get it. That situation got way out of hand. All right.
Your
Well,
Honor,
anything else you need to, I'm going to give you a chance, Ms. Gay, to respond, but let me ask Ms. Bridgeforth, anything else I should hear from your side of the story?
None really. I just feel like I did what I was supposed to do. I was defending myself and my mom and everyone that was at my home because it was
Uh,
my daughter was at my home too. So it was not like I just wanted to bleach her on purpose. No, she encouraged what she did. It was never like intentionally, but it
yeah, if
happened.
this is a criminal case, we would say you did it, you thought you're acting in self-defense at the time or defense of another person, is the way you told it anyways. How old's your daughter, Ms. Bridgeforth?
She just turned 2.
Okay, so she's pretty little.
Yeah.
And do you own a firearm?
No, I don't.
Okay. All right. Ms. Gay, what's your response
Your
to
Honor,
what
her
she said?
stating that I brought them, she know I wasn't there. My grandkids went around there. I heard the argument occurring. I never brought anyone, and she knows that. There is proof of her and that bleach throwing. I never put my hands on her mother. I never touched anyone except her boyfriend that was beating my daughter in the head with his gun. So how could you say something like that? I am 61 years old. Never in my life have I ever had any kind of record, or as long as I've lived in this neighborhood, all I've known, as she stated, you've seen me going around and petitioning for people to vote. That's exactly what I do. Never would I have encouraged my grandkids. I was going to get my grandkids. How could I go get someone, as I stated to you, if I brought them? They were not in the car with me. And she's telling
Yeah,
it's
well, and I don't really have to make a determination on the exact, these hearings aren't really designed to do that. And fortunately, the burden of proof, if it was a criminal case, of course, you'd have to prove assault beyond a reasonable doubt, and she'd be entitled to a defense of self-defense, and we'd have the proofs, and then, a jury would ultimately decide that. These cases on protective orders are designed to be quite a bit different because the burden of proof is much lower. That is, I can grant, and it doesn't create a criminal record. Even if I rule and give you a protective order, all it does is order Miss Bridgeforth to not have contact with you, from the date the order's in effect. So, and it doesn't create a criminal record or a negative mark on Mitch Bridgeforth's record. And once it's gone, they actually do disappear. They're removed from the law enforcement information network. It's as if they never occurred. So it's kind of they're called peace bonds, that they used to be called peace bonds anyways. And their main, design is to keep the peace when neighbors or other people in the community have a dispute with each other. So, and I have heard the testimony today, and what I'm going to find today is there is a preponderance of the evidence that the bleach incident did occur. It's unclear, as to what happened before that, but it's very clear, that the bleach would be a dangerous substance. Anyone that's ever looked at a bleach bottle knows it says don't come in contact with your skin, and heaven's sakes, not with your eyes. So that would be from Miss Gay's perspective, a threatening incident, towards her, even though, right, it may have been in the context as it was described this time as a much bigger fight with a lot of, a boyfriend and another mom and other people involved. It sounds like, this was quite a confrontation out there in the street. And then the second incident, there have to be two incidents to support the PPO, and the second incident, I will note that Cheyenne does deny either yelling across the yards or whatever. She says, well, that wasn't her, that was another person, and also the shooting up of the house. Either her or her boyfriend on social media. However, she does acknowledge that she and a group of friends went by and the friend tossed some trash in. Now, I do know enough that when three friends are walking along and they're talking, if one of my friends tossed something into a neighbor's yard, well, I'd probably get down, pick it up, and say, I don't want to tick off my neighbor, or I want to keep the peace in the neighborhood. And that didn't happen there. I could see how that would be an unwelcome or what could be construed as a harassing incident. So what I am going to do is I'll reinstate the PPO. It'll be effective today. I'm not going to grant it, though, all the way as requested, because it would be impossible it sounds like to me anyways, for Miss Bridgeforth to not appear within your site. So I'm going to cross out the language appearing within your site, but keep the rest of it the same as it's requested. Ms. Bridgeforth testified she doesn't own a handgun herself, or a firearm, so she is prohibited during the course of the order from purchasing or possessing a firearm. And Ms. Bridgeforth, if that changes and you want to petition the court to change or modify the PPO, you can bring an order. The PPOs only last 6 months as they're in place, so I'll make it effective as of today, and I'll carry it forward for 6 months from today's date. We are at July the 16th, so by my math, I'm sorry, we're at July the 18th. My prescription is getting out of date here. So that'll take us out to, let's see here, I believe January the 18th. So I will I'll keep this in effect until January the 18th. If there are additional incidents between now and then, Ms. Gay may petition to renew the PPO and continue it. As long as you do that at least a week before the PPO expires. You can do that with the PPO office, and of course, bring in any supporting evidence you have. And but during that time, Ms. Bridgeforth, you should observe it. And of course, it requires that you not, like I said, follow Ms. Gay, appear at her workplace or her home, approach or confront her either in public or on her property, enter her property, send any electronic communications or regular mail to her, contact her by telephone, and that of course includes texts or other ways of communicating. And you can't place any objects on her property. You can't threaten to kill or physically injure her, and it sounds like per your testimony today, you haven't done that in the past, and that's not going to be a problem. And you can't threaten to do any of those things on electronic media, nor can you even, insult her or say, I don't like this lady or I got a beef with her in my neighborhood, because it could be construed that you wanted other people to tell her and pass that on to her. So I know, for a lot of people today, social media is a way to communicate. Just keep her out of your social media accounts because the order is going to cover that as well. It will be effective today. But as I said, I've heard from the parties, and, I always say when I have the two parties appear for the hearing and they can both speak clearly about what happened, even though they don't agree with each other, that usually bodes pretty well because that means people are willing to respond to court orders. The worst time is when I have someone that won't respond to one of these and I have them arrested and then they're ticked off at me and everything else. It's like the whole system's against them. And, what I'm encouraged by here is I've got two women, very different ages, but both who are willing to do this the right way and work through the system and work out the difference just by staying away from each other. And I said, it's, I guess I liken it to the, it's a brief time out from contact with each other while the order's in place, just to let things cool down. I think, from what I heard about the fight in the street, I think it's going to benefit everyone if you guys just keep your distance. And my hope is that in 6 months you'll say, well, things have been going okay and we don't need this anymore. But if that's not the case, you can always ask to renew it. So I guess what I'm trying to say in a long-winded way is I appreciate you both being here and your testimony today. Thank you both, and I will sign that order and get it out the door.
Thank
What do I need?
Gotta figure out who a couple people are. Can you please unmute and tell me your name?
Yes, hi, my name is Darnell Gay.
Okay. Do you have a camera?
Yes, hold on.
Can
I
you
don't
please-
know why. Yes. Sorry about that.
Renee, can you please unmute and turn your camera on?
Hello?
Hi, can you please turn your camera on?
Yes, hold on.
And are you Renee Campbell?
Yes. Hold on. Okay.
We're here in the case of Darnell Gay versus Renee Campbell, case number 25-05147PH. This hearing is being recorded on Zoom and live streamed on YouTube.
And this matter comes before the court today on Ms. Campbell's request to terminate the personal protective order that I granted in favor of Ms. Gay back on June 14th of 2025. I do have to tell you, both ladies, and apologize in advance. I have gotten us behind just through my fault and my failure to move these cases as fast as I'm supposed to move them this afternoon. So I'm a little bit short on time. I don't have time to take extensive testimony on it. I think what I'd like to do is let me see here. Yeah, I'm already 2 hearings behind, unfortunately. Okay, so we're just going to have to keep it quite short. And I guess the way I'll do it is I'll swear in Ms. Gay, take her testimony as to the basis for the PPO. I will hear in a response from Ms. Campbell why I should terminate the PPO, and then I can make a ruling. So, Ms. Gay, if you would please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that your testimony today will be the truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Very good. And to support this protective order, you stated that there were a couple of incidents here. One of them being Ms. Campbell throwing eggs at your house. Tell me what happened on that occasion.
After the incident happened, after the altercation with, her and everybody else on the Hall Street,
Yes.
they threw eggs at my home.
Was
And
it
then
during that same big brouhaha on the blow up, or was it later that day or in the evening? When did it happen?
later.
Okay. All
And
right.
then
And who were the egg throwers that you saw?
Renee and her daughter.
And you saw them actually throw eggs at your house?
Yes, because the next day she was on the neighbor's porch, just keep yelling. I didn't throw eggs. I have cameras all around my home, all around it. And I have my cameras, if you come anywhere towards my perimeter of my property, it captures you. It was her and her daughter. They were throwing eggs. And then the next day, she was on the neighbor's on their porch, just constantly yelling at my house. I didn't throw. I've never had a conversation with her yelling. I haven't thrown eggs. And then therefore, after that, every single day, she was yelling and screaming how she should have killed me. She would have shot me. I had friends calling me because she kept on going online and live streaming how she should have hurt me if I didn't have cameras at my house. And I did submit those. And I was also on the phone with the police on one of the incidents when she was yelling and screaming how she was going to kill me. And I also have a video of her personally, as well as someone sent me one when they were calling me out of concern because of her threats to harm me.
Okay. And my next question, you said you submitted the films. You submitted them to the police department when they
Yes, I
were
did.
reported?
The lives that people were sending me, as soon as they sent them to me, with her ranting and raving about how she was going to kill me, I went right downtown to the police department and I sent it to them. That's two of her telling me she's going to threaten me. I got one actually with her video, and I have her ranting in the backyard, just yelling and screaming and scaring my grandkids, telling them that how she's gonna hurt me. And it just went on and on. And I have witnesses guess over like, oh my God, you have to listen to that. I'm like, yes. She keeps
Okay.
threatening
Well,
me.
let me see what Ms. Campbell has to say about it. Ms. Campbell, would you please raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm that your testimony today will be the truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Very good. Ms. Campbell, you
Well,
say in your response here, you think there should be a termination. It does say you're off probation. What were you on probation for?
I was on probation for the incident uh with her daughter and stuff, and ever since I've been off probation, she's been harassing me and my I have an 18-year-old daughter, and so she has a daughter that's my age or whatever, and stuff. So basically, ever since that incident, she's now that her daughter, so she basically got her daughter, her grandkids, and like her nieces and them making up stuff. I never once threw eggs at her house. I never said nothing to her. She came to my house, her
I
and her
do.
daughter and her
I
grandkids.
do.
I
Hang on, you
never
gotta let her testify, Miss Gay, and then I'll give you a chance to respond.
I never now since she came to my house, that was May 31st. I have two incidents from this year. May 31st, which I put in the police reports, in February 9th, which was the Super Bowl weekend. She has cameras. I've been living over here for 3 years. I never she has ring cameras and everything. I never said nothing before then, and I never said nothing after. She's just trying to prolong it because now that she wants to get in the mess with her daughter and her grandkids. Now she's trying to say this and that or whatever and stuff. And that was she made the PPO what June. May, my daughter's birthday was May 25th. So it was sometime after like then in July and June or something. That's when she's making these reports. I never threw eggs at her house or whatever, and I would never turn my 18-year-old daughter to throw eggs at her house. She called she said she never called the police. If I threw eggs at her house, why didn't she call the police? She came over here with a mob of people, her whole generation and stuff. It's only me and my daughter and my 9-year-old daughter. You look, I have a 9-year-old daughter and an 18-year-old. Today my daughter turned 19, so they're 10 years apart. That's not true. I never said I left in an ambulance. They assaulted me, her and her kids. And she has the background. You can look on the camera. She drove her car over to my house. I never once went over to her house. She
Well,
came over
you're
to
talking about the big fight that happened in the street on Zeno Street
it didn't have it happened on Hall Street, not
or Hall
Zeno.
Street? Okay.
Yes, she came over, her family came over to
Yeah,
my
I
house.
don't want to reissue the fight because she's saying, well, since that fight, this
Nothing never
thing
happened.
escalated.
Since after that, yes, she's been calling CPS. They've been calling the city. They've been calling, making now she's trying to do a PPO and fearing her life or whatever. Lady, I've been staying here for 3 years. I never, come on now. I never said nothing to her. I never, some eggs. It,
And you're not yelling at her from the back porch where she could
no,
hear from her
no,
house.
I am not. You can ask the judge. You can get active and come to the neighborhood. I've been staying here. They saying that me and my kids now she's going around saying my 9-year-old daughter with a taser. They brought the taser to the fight, and then my 9-year-old daughter
Yeah,
picked it
well, the
up.
taser's not part of this
I
PPO, so
know,
I'm going to
but
leave that thing
but it
alone.
was led up to is what leading up
Yeah,
to this
I get
mess
it.
or whatever and stuff. Um,
Let
I
me
never
bounce
said
back to
nothing.
Miss Gay and I ask her about that. Miss Gay, have you been making CPS calls about Miss Campbell's parenting?
I have never called CPS. Miss Campbell, Judge, I have proof of everything that I've submitted. I have proof of her. I have my ring camera is what her coming in the backyard yet threatening me. I also have her on Facebook. I have all of the recordings as far as her talking about. I came around and Miss Campbell don't understand it. She doesn't want to tell the truth. When I came around there, I tried to ask them not to have any altercation, and she keeps making up this stuff like nobody wants to harm her. I don't have no business like messing with her, and she doesn't have any messing with me. I'm not that type of person. She was found guilty for whatever reason with her and my daughter. I don't get in that stuff. I'm a whole grown person and an individual. I ask that you please keep this granted, because ever since you've granted this PPO, the yelling has stopped. I have not been threatened. She has not been online posting things about me. So I ask you, please, for my safety, because I don't need this unstableness, because I can prove it to you. I don't have to keep making up. I got video of
Yeah.
everything that I'm saying.
Okay. No, I think what I'm going to have to do is I can't tell, you're both telling me really the opposite things. That,
Mhm.
the other person's the instigator here. And in this format, without seeing the video evidence and things like that, I really
Yep.
don't feel like I can make a decision on the termination. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to adjourn this hearing to a future date. And my question to you then, Miss Gay, is to show me those videos. Would you be
Yes.
able to do it in a Zoom format like this, or are you going to need to come in the
Yes. I
courtroom?
can I can I don't know how you do it on Zoom. I can even send it to you via email. I have
You can
all of
send me
it.
the files via email?
Yes, I can. If you give me an email address, I'll send it to you right away, sir.
Okay, let's do it that way, and then I'll have a look
Yes.
at them, and I can also email them then to Miss Campbell so she can look at them, and then
Yes.
we'll have them ahead of the next hearing. Miss Campbell, did you have a question or something to say? You're muted, ma'am.
I have evidence too, sir, and I would like to present the evidence, which she should have been presented the evidence. She been did this in June, so why didn't she present the evidence? Basically,
Well, she
her
sent it
daughter
with the
is
police
coaching her.
report, but
Basically,
I
her
can't get
daughter.
it. I can't look at it. If she submitted to the police download, they do have an evidence.com site, but it's not something that I can easily access. Um, uh, you know, it's just easier for her to submit it directly. Because really it's a separate case. This is a civil case. It's got nothing to do with criminal activity, although I know the underlying things that do involve some police reports. Ms. Campbell, what sort of evidence do you have that you would like to submit?
I have the police report from that day, that she said, with the eggs throwing. I have that evidence, and I also have the evidence when she came to my house with her and her daughters, and I also have evidence. She's saying the stuff about with her daughter. That's have nothing to do. That's why she's
Yeah, it's a separate case. I get it.
so,
I'm not
and she
considering
keep
that.
it's nothing. I don't have now she brought this among herself, and then two, you're a judge. You can go to CPS. You can go to
Well, you
CPS and
might think
see.
that a lot of people think it's that easy, but the truth is I don't really have much better access to CPS and records of that sort than any other person does. I'd have to obtain releases and all that stuff. And the truth is, in the context of a
Well, I
personal
have the
protective
proof.
order, we don't typically do it that way.
Well, I have the allegations and the reports and stuff, and the stuff that her daughter is saying too, because basically her daughter is coaching her.
Okay. Well, I mean, if it's attributed to her and you think I should read it during the hearing or advance of the hearing, you
Okay,
can submit it to me. I'll take a look at it and then I'll
okay.
try to make the best decision I can at the next hearing. And any documents or evidence that you want to submit, we can take scanned copies or photos by email, and we can also you can drop off any copies you have, or discs or thumb drives can go to our PPO office and they'll get them up to me. So I'll give you both those options. And Lisa has the job of pulling all that evidence together so I can look at it before the next hearing. Lisa, when's that next hearing date going to be?
Is it going to? It will be
It's going to be
September.
on Zoom if we can manage this digital evidence.
Yep. September 25 at 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
September what day?
September 25 at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
And do you both need Lisa's email so that
I do. So I'll
submit
send it
evidence?
over to her right now, Judge.
Okay.
Go ahead with the email, please.
Okay. Are we off the record, Judge?
Yes.
And please include on the email your case number
Okay.
so I can reference that.
Hold on. Can I confirm?
I'm going to
the
refill
case
my
number?
water, Lisa. I'll be right back.
Oh, the case number is up at the right. Is that case number 2505147 PH?
Yep. In my
Okay.
email, my email at
Kent County M.
can
Okay.
easily determine what it's for.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye.
Hello.
Yes.
Okay. I was trying to hear it again. It was SIRD. Can't
Yes.
and stuff. Okay. Oh, now that she's not on the phone, I was gonna say can I because I had laser surgery with my eyes and stuff. But she doesn't know that. So I really can't see or whatever. Could I do my proof? Cause I had laser surgery a couple months ago, and my foot, my toe was gonna get amputated. So I'm in rehab for that and stuff. But she doesn't know that. You
Is
know what
that
I'm
all
saying?
happening on that date of that hearing, Miss Campbell?
What?
Do you know, are you going to be in the hospital on the September the 25th when I just scheduled the hearing?
September 24th, I gotta go to the podometrist. But what I was saying is, I'm saying, can I put in the evidence like I had laser surgery? I just had laser surgery. I go to a retina specialist. That's what I'm saying. I don't be involved in that because I'm sick and stuff. I'm in recovery. I've been in recovery for a couple months now.
You
So
can submit the evidence if you want. When you submit it to us, however, she will be able to see it because we share it with the other party. So
oh,
I'll
and see,
leave
I
that
don't
to
want
you.
them to know. I don't want her daughter and them to know that I'm sick, sick and stuff or whatever. Because luckily, that day she drove her car to my house, so I was able to lean on her car when they came to my
Yeah.
house.
Well, I'll tell you, right, just keep us posted. And if you're in the hospital or unable to see on the day that we have the hearing, just let us know. You can tell us that, just that medical issue, and you can submit that separately, and we can just set a different date for it when you're healed up.
Okay, no, I already had this surgery. I had the
Oh,
surgery a couple months ago. I'm just in recovery. Like I still see gray spots and stuff or
yeah.
whatever, but the neighbor don't know that I can't see. So that's
Okay.
what I'm
No, I
saying.
won't reveal it unless you direct me to.
I
So,
don't no, I don't want y'all to, because then they will have the upper hand on knowing that I'm sick and stuff. She doesn't know that I'm sick. That's why she's making everything up. But I said I could send in proof. I go to a laser specialist, a retina specialist. If you know what that is I lost my eyesight for 5 days. So I had
yeah, no,
surgery.
I do know it's part of your eye, and I know it could impact that. And like I say, if you think it impacts the case here, if you're saying, well, I couldn't see, so I couldn't like throw an egg or something because I might throw it in the wrong direction. I'll leave it to you to decide if you want to introduce that. But
Okay.
anything that you introduce, you will learn about inevitably. So, that's, I'm just going to leave it
Just
up to you, as we get
okay.
closer to the
I
day.
just don't. Yeah, and I just for my safety and stuff, or whatever, because that laser surgery, that's really you know special when I can see. I can see
Yeah,
for a
no,
couple days.
I've had people that I know go through that and say, right, when you first go through it, particularly, it doesn't always come out perfect. So,
Yeah, like I had headaches and stuff, so like my head was hurting, but yeah.
yeah,
But okay, thank you. I will send in the stuff. I'm not gonna send it in like today and stuff, but I'll send it in like because today's Cheyenne's birthday. So I'll try to, send it in by next week.
that'll work well. Thank you,
Okay,
Ms. Kim.
Okay,
thank
thank
you.
you. Have a good weekend.
You as well.
We are here in the matter of Darnell Gay versus Renee Campbell, case number 25-05147PH. This hearing is being recorded on Zoom and live streamed on YouTube.
And this matter is a continued hearing of one I started before. We just weren't able to get through all the evidence on Ms. Campbell's request to terminate a PPO that I granted, looks like back in June, or actually Judge Denenfeld granted back in June in favor of Ms. Gay. So, Miss Campbell, would you please raise your right hand?
Oh, hold on.
You solemnly swear or affirm that your testimony today will be the truth and nothing but the truth.
Yes, sir.
All right. And Miss Campbell, you're contesting the orders here, or the application for a PPO here. I think we established that, one of the incidents it was based on was this big blow up that happened in the street and did involve members of both families, and Bleach got uh, uh, tossed on Miss Gay. That's a single incident. And then the question is, are there other incidents here that were identified? And I think that Miss Gay, when I had her testify, said that there was an incident of egg throwing. And I think your testimony was you never threw eggs at her house.
No, I didn't.
Okay. I did note, and Miss Gay did send me a video, and I guess I'll probably need to swear in Miss Gay, and then I need to find out the video I'm talking about here. Did you get a copy of the videos and the things that Miss Gay submitted?
No, I did not. I had wanted to let you know that it was an incident that happened 2 weeks ago. Where we were at the church, and she called the police she called the police and they took they didn't take my statement, they took the church member statement and her statement. And the police said they were gonna put it in the PPO office or something.
Okay.
And it was
Into
a
the
state,
file, yeah.
yeah, it was a statement from church members and stuff. So I think that's really irrelevant. That needs to be addressed because it was a lot of lying, going on still, and you will be able to see, I wasn't involved. They didn't take my statement, but they took other people from the community's statement, and it needs to be seen because this is a repeated um pattern. And she she brought her daughter to the church to back her up with more lies and stuff.
Do you and Miss Gay go to the same church?
No, no, we don't. I so happened my brother had got murdered, so I was just going for prayer, just for strength and stuff. And my friend, her son was preaching that day, so I just went for prayer and to get uplifted. But the police said that the church is a common grounds for peace. So you know, nothing happened. But I left because she was making a scene at the church, which I didn't even see her there.
Okay. And it's not regularly the church that you attend. You were just there for a single occasion.
Yeah, I used to go to
Memorial
that church
service.
when we first moved here from New Orleans. And when my brother died, it brought me back to my childhood. So I was going to the church to pray for peace.
Okay. All right. Well, that's not been brought up, I don't think. Ms.
Well,
Gay, is that part of the
it should
PPO?
be it should have been because this just happened. My brother got killed August 10th, and this just happened like 2 weeks ago. The police made a report. They came to my house after they left the church. They came to my house. So they said they were going to put it in the office. This needs to be, I mean, should be looked at because it would tell you in the report what actually really happened and the patterns of her lying and stuff.
All right. Well, let me go back to Miss Gay. Let me swear in, Miss Gay. If you'd please raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm that your testimony today will be the truth and nothing but the truth. Are you going to have to unmute, Miss Gay?
Okay.
All right. You solemnly swear or affirm that your testimony today will be the truth and nothing but the truth?
I swear to tell the truth.
All right. Very good. Thank you, Miss Gay. Miss Gay, is the church, you didn't raise the church incident as one of the violations or for a reason to continue the PPO?
No, I didn't.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess the idea is I haven't seen, and you're saying, what I'm hearing from you, Miss Campbell, is that there'd be stuff in there in that police report I could review that might show Miss Gay being dishonest about the whole situation. However, that's not in front of me today. I didn't get the report. I didn't see that it was part of anything submitted to me in what I have in front of me today.
Well, she said that the lady said that she was gonna send it. The police officer said she was gonna send it to the
PPO department.
yeah, and I've
Yeah.
never been through that, so I didn't know.
Yeah,
Or
no, and they will send it up to me. I just didn't see it. I did get a
okay,
whole bunch of emails. I think primarily. Did you send me a bunch of evidence, Miss Campbell, or was it Miss Gay that sent me? I did get a whole bunch of material.
well, I sent in stuff too. I don't know if she sent in stuff, but I did send in
Yeah,
stuff.
no, I think I got yours, Miss Campbell, and let me take a look here. One of the I did get several movies here. One of them it looks like one of you is cleaning the back of the house with a broom. Who is that in that video?
That's
Me,
That's-
probably.
That's you, Miss Campbell, or Miss Gay?
Probably me. If it's you said cleaning with a broom
Yeah, like the siding of the house.
house, yeah.
Okay, and it looks like you're talking, in that video. I guess, and part of it is, I couldn't make out everything you were saying. Part of it is, I'm not bothered by this. You're in a kind of a loud voice. Are you intending it for Miss Gay to hear it?
No, I was on the phone and I was talking to the neighbor Sarah. She was on the other side. She stays next door to me. So me and Sarah were talking and I was on the phone too.
Okay, so you're like on a speakerphone or something?
No, I had on my earpiece.
Oh, yeah, I see the earpiece in when I'm looking at this thing. So,
So I was on the phone, I was on the phone, or whatever, uh, and stuff, and I think that's when CPS came or something. CPS had came or something, and we were, yeah, I was upset because all the stuff that it was more and more stuff from after they came to my house, and stuff. Then after that, she had CPS come. Then after that, she had her daughters and them and stuff. So yeah, I was upset, but I didn't. I was on the phone talking. I was minding my own business in my own yard and stuff. I
okay.
wasn't.
Yeah,
I,
you're talking on your phone, but you're saying I'm on the phone and it didn't look like did you see Miss Gay out there and on her deck or anything?
no, I did not see her on the deck. And then two, I had laser surgery. So I cannot see and stuff that good. So I didn't see her. I don't be looking to see her or none of that or none of that. I was on the phone, like I said, I was on the phone, and then my neighbors Sarah and Josh and Alex, they were there too, but they were in their yard cleaning up too.
Okay. Who now I also got some in that same gosh, and I had this stuff pulled up and then I promptly lost it all. I also got some screenshots, I guess, in there of there were some email or text messages. Um, who sent me those?
Probably me. Um, the emails are like her daughter basically just keep harassing me and stuff, and then they went from they harassed my 18-year-old daughter Cheyenne, my older daughter, her grandkids and her kids. So basically she has her daughter Keisha and the girl Gigi, who's supposed to be Mecca's cousin, the my baby daddy, her cousin. So basically they just all they do is sit. She gets all her family to talk about me and to keep going and stuff. They talk about my 9-year-old daughter and stuff. And now Miss Gay is so interested in. She's been doing it. She's been doing it for about a year now. Ever since with her grandkids got into it with Cheyenne. So basically she keeps it going. She has her grandkids fight my Cheyenne, my daughter, and that's where it was. And in the video, you see, Miss Gay came over to my house. That's her red car, her red truck in my yard. She came over with all those people. She didn't. I never threw no eggs at her house. And then if I threw eggs at her house, why didn't she call the police? She had a whole mob of people come to my house, and I was in my house. She started with I guess the kids because she said when she came over, she said Miss Gay said she came to talk about Christopher. Christopher is Cheyenne's baby daddy. Which she never. They came over there and plotted. I came out my house and her daughter and them had pipes and everything. They didn't come to talk. They came to fight me and assault me and my kids, and they also assaulted my 9-year-old daughter.
Is that the video that you sent me, Miss Campbell? Did you send the video? It looked like a video of a phone.
Yeah, it was my yeah, my sister. Because they recorded when they came. I didn't even know nothing was going on. They came and recorded. All those her family came and recorded, and they put it. See, the younger generation, they put it on Facebook, but they deleted once I was going to press charges on them. And stuff. If you see, the fight is with my daughter, and then with me. But that was Miss Gay's car. Her car on her she stays behind. She has a ring camera. Her car is always parked. There was no reason for her to come over here. She would have never came over here with her family. She would have never got bleach poured on me. I could not see. I left in an ambulance. I didn't get back to my house till 4 o'clock in the morning or whatever. I don't know what happened after that. My kids was left unattended because of this situation. She's a part of the problem. She keeps it going. Just like I said with the church incident.
Miss
She
Campbell, is this the same blow up that we talked about with the bleacher? Is this a separate,
Yes, it's the
different
same incident.
same one? Yeah, I mean, it kind
Yeah,
of all stems out of that.
yeah. And
I
she
see.
came over, Miss Gay, she's a liar. She came over to my house to start this mess. She calls me fat bitches all the time. She always disrespecting me. She disrespects my daughter. And see, my daughter is 19. I talk to my daughter a lot and stuff, but you know, she's younger and stuff too. And that also brought in the problem too. She has a lot of people, them twins, both of her daughters. She had 1,000 people over at my house. I wear glasses. They broke my glasses. I could not see or
Yeah.
nothing. I didn't have no weapons. I wouldn't if she would never came over to the house, then Cheyenne probably wouldn't have never poured bleach on her on them. It wasn't just directly towards her, but whoever came on the porch
What
and
about
stuff.
these emails that and I can't tell.
Huh?
I got copies, actually. They're not emails, they're text messages. They're from Gigi. Who is that?
That's her daughter. Her daughter, so her daughter, I've been going out with Terrell for since 09, 2009. And me and Terrell have had domestic situations. So her daughter, as long as Terrell's beating me up, they all cheering and laughing. And then after he beats me up, here come her family doing the same thing. And two, why should I have to get beat up by their family too? Not only the spouse, but her and her family. Her daughter, she talks about my kids. She talks about me getting beat up. She talks about Mecca, who is supposed to be her cousin. She calls Mecca's a little fat girl. My daughter is only 9 years old. And then they turn around. They came over there with tasers. They dropped the taser, and my daughter picked it up. My daughter is 9 years old. I'm not out here fighting with no kids. She is, though. Her daughter is 43, I believe, 1 year older than me. Her daughter is the problem. And then she got her mother in it, Miss Gay, and Miss Gay's been going along with it for about 2 years. I've been staying here for 3 years. Miss Gay did not know none of that until she started getting in the midst of it with her daughter. She's a part of the problem. Miss Gay's been staying over. She owns her house. I only rent my house. Whatever. Now I'm moving because I don't feel safe here. Not only me, my kids, or whatever and stuff. It just keep going on and on. She ran and got the PPO after the fact that when they hit my daughter, I didn't know they hit my daughter till the next day.
Okay, are you still with Tyrell, the person that
We co-parent. We
Okay.
co-parent. We co-parent, which that is between us, not them,
Yeah.
her daughter, or none of that. Me
He's
and the
not
courts.
staying with you or anything? I mean, that's not part of it
No,
now.
he doesn't. No, he doesn't. We co-parent. We have a 9 year old daughter. In common, and also Cheyenne and stuff. They have called CPS. I have dealt with CPS. I'm also working right now after this, since my brother got killed. I'm working with Robert S. and Eric, the police chief, to have something done about this because I'm tired of it. I have other things going on in my life bigger than this, and they keep picking with me. She's not just only her family; she has other people in Grand Rapids picking with me too.
All right. Now, Miss Campbell, in this, I'm looking at this text string here. It's from Gigi. You say that's Miss Gay's daughter. Is
Yes.
she talking to you or is she talking to someone else?
She's talking to her cousins, her nieces, the lady, Miss Gay saying, those twins. She's talking, those twin girls are Cheyenne's age. They're only like 18, but she got younger people to fight us.
Okay.
So
Well, I'm looking at these messages. Says, "Don't act clueless, bitch. UK, you know what I'm talking about. Crying face. Anyways, buy prostitute." And then response, "You just want to make up something. You the same BITC that was getting bust down like brick in Ottawa basement. Your mama with her big ass." Who's that talking?
that's Miss Gay's nieces, the twins. They fight in Cheyenne. So she got her cousins to come over here, and her cousin, like, she got her whole family. I'm big, they not. So she said her big ass mama, which is me. They argue with Cheyenne, my 18-year-old. And then after
Right.
that, they brought Miss Gay, came with her nieces, her cousins. She came with everybody. Her daughter is the problem. And then she bring her mom in it. That's what I'm saying. They talking about me. They talking about I don't go to. I graduated in 2001. My daughter was going to Ottawa with them. So basically, we don't have nobody here. I only got my mom only came here with her kids or whatever. We don't have no family here. They have a lot of family, and they've been ganging up a lot of people. This has been over throughout the years. But you know what? Now I'm glad that happened, because now you can see in the light. Is everything was doing the dark come to the light? Because this family has been picking with me for years.
All right. Well, yeah, I see. And so you're saying these messages aren't to you directly. Now, there's one here that looks like it's got a screenshot, maybe of your picture. This your friend Mama, right? Why her dad leave her to get jumped though? Why she ain't save her mama? Who's that between?
That's the twins. They with Cheyenne with my daughter. They be picking with my daughter and stuff. That's what I'm saying. You see, they saying they was why the dad leave her and stuff or whatever. They talking about my kids. That's all they do. And then now they run to their mama. They know their mom. Now that everything is out, and they like her daughter. She comes to her house every day. They do this every day. They pick with my daughter. That's what I'm saying. I don't let them get to me and stuff, because I'm older. I'm 42. But the younger generation. That's what I'm saying. She got the whole. This lady have her whole generation messing with us.
Okay. And it also, one of the basis for the PPOs here is I've been threatened with my home being shot up. Have you threatened to shoot or air out Miss Gay's home?
No, I have not. I have not said nothing to Miss Gay. I never even had a conversation with her. Only conversation I had with her was last year when Cheyenne, when her when her granddaughters them was trying to fight Cheyenne, and I had came and went and got Cheyenne. Besides that, I never had no conversation with her. Only thing she's doing is keep lying and stuff. Like she said, I threw eggs at her house. But where's the video that I threw eggs at her house? She has a Ring camera, just like she said. She got the video of me sweeping my porch or my side of my thing. She should have a video of me throwing eggs at her house. She has a Ring camera right behind that goes right back in my yard. I never threw no eggs at her house.
All right, Miss Gay, let me go back to you in this situation. I think what I hear Miss Campbell saying is that there is this conflict between the family members, extended family, but Miss Campbell's not herself coming after you. There was this blow up in the street, and we know that happened, and I don't want to revisit that too much because I think you described that last time. What about these other incidents?
So, Your Honor, first, I'm gonna let you know, I respect the court. That's why I come to the court for a resolution. All this I'm just coming. I've sent you evidence of her. There's her on Facebook yelling and screaming that she's gonna shoot me. There's a video of that, as well as
You sent that to me, Miss Kay?
yeah, yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Is it under the case? Let me take a look here. Yeah, I got it. 155.
Mm-hmm.
I just got so many emails here. I haven't been able to go through everything yet. I got some Ring, but that's not that. And some of them were attached like iMessages. Unfortunately, I could not download everything here. Let me take it.
Judge, I think one of them there, it's titled as MOV.
Yeah.
I think that one is a video.
Okay, let me take a quick look. I
Nothing.
thought I took a look at it. Let me see here.
A motherfucker don't like you. They always got something to say.
Okay.
Shut the fuck up, bitch.
All right. So you're saying I'm looking at this video here, and I don't know if I can share this thing. That would probably be beyond what I can do.
Your Honor, you hear her yelling profanity in the back.
But I was not talking to you. And then why are you watching me? That's all she does is watch me. We're not friends on Facebook or nothing. So why are you watching me?
Hang on just a
she
sec.
stalks
Let me
me.
I haven't seen it yet. Okay, so what you're saying is this is a Facebook post, and let me get you guys back here on the screen that I was checking out here. This is Miss Gay, according to you, this is a Facebook post by Miss Campbell. Is it directed to you personally?
She's talking about me. Everything in there, she's talking about me. She's talking about how she's going to shoot my house up. She's also talking about my kids, but I'm not concerned about anyone else. As she keeps stating, I'm not that type of person, Your Honor. I don't stalk her.
Yes, you do.
She was online, the ones that were deleted, the ones that I went every time she was threatening to kill me. I went downtown, she deleted those, but I have a witness um that could vary, the one that sent me that, where she was invested. She keeps talking about I don't even know this lady. I don't even care to know anybody like that. But she was invested in talking about how my house was obtained. My house was not obtained through a death. Okay.
What?
And see, Your Honor, can I please talk? Because I never
Yeah, you can continue.
okay. So she talks about how my house was obtained, where my kids stay. I never came around there. This girl, when I came around there, I sent nobody. I have no reason to send nobody around to her house. For what reason? I don't even know this person. And
Is
then
she, let me pause you just a second, Miss Kay. When you get like the video that we were just listening to the little piece of here, is that posted on her Facebook or is
her
that mailed to you? What happens with that?
her Facebook, somebody, well, she did it like, for as far as I know, someone sent me 3 days of her going online and bashing me and talking about how she gonna shoot my house. And y'all know I would have shot her this day. You know I would have shot her that day. So the one of
Does
them,
she say your name in there, Miss Gay, or is she just referring to someone else? I mean,
she
generally.
says my house. She says she's talking. You can clearly understand that she's talking about me. She's talking about my daughters, and she's saying their mother that lives behind her, that she's going to shoot her house up. Or she should have shot the house up. I mean, it's on the video. I can't.
All right, and I haven't watched the entirety of that video. Does that video contain statements that say that, Miss Campbell?
No, it does not. Do you think I'm want to go to prison? I have 2 kids and a grandkid. I do not own a gun. I will not shoot her house. I mean, yes, I was going live after 4 days after when they came to my house. Did you see my eye? I never said if she didn't do nothing. I never was talking about her. I never said I was gonna shoot her house up or none of that. That's what I'm saying. She keeps saying somebody said or something. Her nephew Dante Burks just inboxed me with all the messages and stuff. We need to have witnesses, people that really know us in real life or whatever. I never see that's the thing. She keep lying because she's saying that I'm saying, well, why would I be after her? Her kids, like I said, her daughter, Gigi May, she don't want to take responsible. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Your daughter been picking with me for a long time. Why is my mother not up in this? My mother not up in this.
All right,
None of my
hang on,
family
Miss
members
Campbell.
is
What
up
I'm
in
going to
this.
do here, let me share this video since the video seems to be key here. Let me see if I can actually do this now that I know where that is in my file. Let's see here. I might be able to share it with everyone. Can you all see that?
Yes, I
Yeah.
see.
All right, let me play it and we'll see what's said there, and I'll ask you questions about it, and then and then I can maybe decide what we're talking about here. So I'm playing it.
Well, they don't got no video of me fighting. The fight from at Julian's where Tim Picky at? Tay, come to the audience. My witnesses. Now that shit. Tim Picky. What happened when them Kirkwoods put up to J2? What happened? What happened? Yeah, y'all came deep. Whatever and stuff. Y'all slugged me once again. Shit. And then, oh girl, you getting with the next motherfucker to hate on somebody. Shit, motherfucker. I ain't going around calling my sister every time something get into. I don't even call my family when I get into it with something. Y'all motherfuckers should get tired of calling y'all family when y'all get into some shit. The fuck? Mind your business, bitch. Fuck. You nigga whack, you whack.
All right, just since we're at a little break point there, you're saying, Miss Gay, that this is directed to you. She's not saying your name, but she's talking about you.
No, she's talking about the Kirkwoods. She said their name right there.
But who are the
Two of those.
Kirkwoods?
There's some other
The
people.
Kirkwoods is people that her daughter had jumped me. I sent in the videos where they jumped me in 2019. They jumped me at Julian's a bar or whatever and stuff.
Okay, I didn't see that, but okay.
But I
I'll
can
keep
send it
going. But
in.
this isn't directed at Miss Gay then. This
No,
is
none of
Kirkwood
this was
stuff.
directed at Miss Gay. None of it was directed at Miss Gay. Miss Gay, why don't you just tell the truth? You came over that
Well,
day.
hang on. Let me play the rest of the video since that's what we're talking about here. Let's get this
You're
out of the way.
before you play that, there's two videos, okay, just like this.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Motherfucker, you too busy worrying about me. You fighting me instead of going on a honeymoon. The nigga ain't taking you nowhere. That nigga was crying tears because he got to be with you for the rest of your life and you're broke. Y'all staying in his grandpa house. That man didn't buy you a house. Y'all live lost. People be waiting for people to die to get shit.
Okay, is that what you're saying is directed at you, Miss Gay?
No, you still not getting. I just sent you to the.
No, that was everything is about her daughter. Nothing is. I
Okay,
don't even
that's
know
not
Miss
about.
Gay.
No,
Is any of this video directed at you, Miss Gay, the one I'm playing, or is this the wrong one?
that probably is the wrong one. Yes.
Okay, well, let me.
That's what I'm saying. She keep too busy looking at me, and you having your friends and family on my page. Like what?
Let me
I
close
gotta get
that
ready for
thing
work and
down.
stuff. I gotta get ready for work. I'm not about to lose my job for this.
No, well, and we can.
They've been picking with me. Look at my eye. Whatever, everything I have said was because of her daughter. I never directed nothing to her. If the problem is with her daughter or whatever and stuff, and two, now I just now that my brother got killed, I'm moving. I don't even care about that. They keep picking with me and
All
my
right, well,
kids.
here's what I'm going to do since I don't have, I've got probably more information than we can get through
Gotta
even an
go.
hour, and I know you got to get to work. What I'm going to do, and another helpful thing about these videos, they show me how close together these houses are. I'm going to modify the protective order at this time and leave it in place. I'm going to modify it and take off the appearing within my sight. You two can't really live at your homes without the risk of seeing each other. So I'm going to delete that term. I'm going to leave the rest of the protective order in place. So, Ms. Campbell, that means that you can't follow Ms. Gay. You can't show up at her workplace or her house. You can't confront her anywhere.
And I haven't.
Yeah, no, and it doesn't seem like you're have any problem obeying this, entering onto her property.
My problem was with her daughter. It wasn't never towards her, but Miss Gay, as old as she is, she has to admit that she gets in the business with her daughter. You seen
Okay.
the
Well, here's the thing is even if she is engaged, I don't want you to engage her directly, and that includes, and this is the hardest one to follow, is any electronic communications to her or posting a message that's directed to her on any electronic basis. I know there's a lot of looks like message back and forth and Facebook back and forth, but as far as you're concerned, because of the protective order, Miss Gay is off limits, in terms of being the subject or you're directing those messages to her. Now, they are personal, so it only impacts her. It doesn't impact, the order that protects her doesn't protect her daughters. Just make sure that you're not getting into it with your daughters and saying, oh, and about your mom or whatever, stuff that they're going to say is related to her. Then we've got a potential violation.
I'm not and stuff. And then after this, I'm glad that it's over with because since the death of my brother, they're gonna pick up the charges with her hitting my daughter and stuff. So I'm not really worried about none
All
of this.
right.
I'm just glad
Well, I
to get it
know,
over
and
with.
sounds like between new job and death of your brother, you got a lot of things going on. Just obey the terms of the protective order. I'll send out the modified protective order, but it'll stay in place for the
Okay.
time being. I think everyone's best off without, the two of you, because clearly there is bad blood, and it doesn't just exist between the two of you, but it extends to your extended families. And I think your decision to, move and live somewhere else, so you're at least not.
So I have to worry about her stalking me
Right,
because
right next to each other. So, right, and that can cause friction too.
Mhm.
That might solve some of the problems. So let's try to keep the peace and
Yeah.
let the police do their work and the solution. Hopefully, have they arrested anyone in that case involving your brother yet?
They have such as Bible. Like I wouldn't want to talk about it with Miss Gay
Yeah,
because
no,
when we
I
were
let's
at the
not.
church,
Well, sir,
she said at the church
Yeah.
when I went to go get prayer,
she
she
All right.
said
has
she said she
yeah,
All
said
right.
that
We're not. I don't want to
I
get into that
she said
yet.
that I was bothering her because I was breathing
All
at
right.
the church.
All right. Well, no, we're not gonna do any of that stuff
you're
here, and I don't think either of you gonna. In general, in church, I would agree with what the officer said. If you're at church for a memorial service or something like that, although I do have protective orders, and sometimes people just can't stay away from each other, even at church. Nonetheless, I generally view going to
Go
a
the other
church
way.
service,
sir,
right, go
I
the
will
other
go the other way.
direction.
When I see her, I'm gonna go the other way. I don't even want to see her or
please,
nothing.
you
Thank
please
you, sir. Have a good
Yeah.
day. I
give
love
me
you
a,
and I have to go.
can you please give me a chance to say something, Your
Yeah.
Honor?
Go ahead, Miss Kay.
Your Honor, my church, after I spoke to them in regards to what happened with her, the church stated, no, you're a member. When she comes, they will ask her to leave, okay? Because this is crazy. I don't know her. And all this, you trying to talk over somebody. Your Honor, I swear, I have never seen somebody so disrespectful towards a court in my life. I'm a whole grown woman. I have nothing to do with none of that, as you will see. None of that video stuff, none of that. Those text messages, that's not me. I'm a whole individual. You threatened me. And first, what's going on in her
All
life?
right, let's not go too much farther with it here
Hold
because I
on.
think we're
Let me
just gonna.
finish saying so. I got to finish saying
All right,
something.
go ahead, Miss Gabe.
Down and them parking down at the corner when they park down to the corner, looking down at me while I'm sitting outside in front of my house enjoying. I tried to even avoid from driving in front of their house ever since this incident. I
No,
don't.
that's a good idea. I think unfortunately we lost Miss Campbell. She had to go to her work.
Your Honor, I have never
Moment.
seen somebody so disrespectful towards a court in my life.
Well, unfortunately, in this business, especially in these protective order worlds, I've seen people more disrespectful, and when they are, sanction them accordingly. But nonetheless, I think she can obey
If
the
you,
order, and the two of
if
you can give each other the distance.
Can I
So.
can I please tell you one more thing? If you look, she was convicted for my daughter. My daughter wasn't convicted for her
Yeah,
because
that's why I gave you that incident was because she was the one that was ultimately
and she
convicted
keeps
as
doing
the assailant.
I
So
wish you wouldn't have granted her insight because she's intentionally doing things, and I'm telling you, and I hope the court gets this. She's intentionally parking on this side, so she never did that before. She does intentional things. I didn't even get to say all that because you got to keep listening to her. As the police officer stated when he came, they constantly calling them to their house, and she has mental illness. I didn't mention how somebody started rumors about her boyfriend killing my husband.
yeah, no, well, and that's why I don't want to get into things that are far
Yeah,
beyond the
I'm saying that
protective
so
order
like,
here. So
I'm like, but no, I just wish that she would stop.
well, it sounds like she's going to move, and that might be a big part of the solution to
She's
the
been
problem.
saying that she's got a mental illness. She's
All
been-
right, good luck to you, Miss Gay, and like I
Thank
say,
you,
if
Judge.
she violates, go ahead and file the violation, and we'll deal with it when it comes in front of me.
All right, thank you. You enjoy
Thank you.
your day. Thank you. Bye bye.